what if her being scared was a lie?
Oh boy.
Huh? Well, what the hell is that supposed to mean? Why would she lie about something like that?
I know you don't want to consider it, but look at this and tell me. Can you still deny the possibility?
There's something I want to talk to you about, just us two. In 5 minutes, come see me in my room. What? Check the nameplates to make sure you don't go in the wrong room. The wrong room. The wrong room. Oh my god. That's hard to say. Okay. Oh my gosh, are you serious? Was she trying to kill someone?
I found a notepad during my search, and I shaded in the top sheet with a pencil.
Oh no.
And these are the words that appear.
Okay. Kyoko's so smart. I really like it.
Oh man! I've totally seen people do that on detective shows.
Yeah.
When you write, it can leave an imprint. Sketch over the next sheet of paper, and you can see the words.
Yes.
When I saw that, I was like, holy crap! I better make sure I rip the paper out before I use it from now on.
Don't do anything bad, Hina, please.
It's a pretty old-fashioned technique, but even the classics can be surprisingly useful sometimes.
Yes.
Oh, and I should also mention, I found the notepad on the desk in Makoto's room.
Nice. Okay. Yes.
Which means only someone who had been in Makoto's room before the incident could have written it.
Was I onto something? When I said Sayaka could have... Oh god.
Then either it was Makoto who lived there, or Sayaka who switched rooms for a single night.
It was definitely Sayaka. Let's be honest.
So, Makoto, did you write this?
No.
No, I didn't.
But of course you didn't, because the note also bears a perfectly legible signature. Sayaka's signature.
I mean, I don't know if it's... Okay, she wrote her name, but... And that... No. Sayaka wrote it?
But why? Why would she write that?
Because she was planning on killing someone. So she could get out of there. Have you seen how unhinged she was?
The note was likely her way of getting in touch with a certain someone. She must have slid it under their door to let them know she wanted to meet with them in secret.
You got an invitation like that from the ultimate pop sensation. What young man could resist?
So it's definitely Leon then, because Leon really wanted to become a pop star, or a singer.
Of course, I'm only into 2D, so it wouldn't have any effect on me.
Yeah.
But can we be sure anyone even got this note?
Leon, look at him.
And honestly, even if they did, I do not think they are at all involved in what happened.
Excuse me?
Huh? What makes you say that? Would you like to hear what I have to say?
Yes, of course.
Very well then. Pay attention.
Pay attention. Okay. Okay, we're making progress. This is fun. I like it. Okay, door nameplates. Junko!
Sayaka and Makoto switched rooms, correct?
Yes.
But in the note, the place they were asked to come to, it specifically says, my room.
I
Yeah?
see. So if someone read that note, then they would have gone to Sayaka's room.
Well, yeah,
Exactly. The room that Makoto was staying in. So in other words, even if someone did read the note and did what it said, they would not have any connection to what happened.
Dang it, I missed my chance again.
Seem that way.
Okay, let's go. Oops, sorry.
Sayaka and Makoto got in the note.
It sounds so funny.
So if someone read that note, then they would have gone to Sayaka's room.
Exactly. The room that Makoto...
There you go.
No, that's wrong.
No, that's wrong. Break.
The nameplates on my and Sayaka's rooms got switched.
Yeah, that was probably Sayaka who did it.
They got switched?
Yes.
That's right. the nameplates got switched, just like the rooms themselves.
Indeed.
As a result, the nameplate on Sayaka's room actually had Makoto's name.
This is great because I was really wondering what that whole thing was about. I was like, what? Why would he switch nameplates if he did it?
And the nameplate on Makoto's room had Sayaka's.
Yeah.
So what you're saying is, the room Sayaka was staying in was actually marked as her room.
Yes.
Then, if someone did do what the note said, they would end up at Makoto's room where Sayaka was.
Yes.
Plus, their rooms are right next to each other, so switching the nameplates would be no problem.
Indeed.
And the one who switched the names was... Well, of course it wasn't you, right, Makoto?
It wasn't me. Wasn't me.
Right?
Wasn't me.
Okay, then who did it?
Sayaka. There's only one person who could have switched the nameplates. The only other person who knew we had switched rooms.
I
Sayaka.
got it! Me and Sayaka were the only ones who ever knew about us switching rooms.
Indeed.
So the only other person besides me who would even know to switch the nameplates was Sayaka.
Yes.
You can also infer as much from her note.
There's something I want to talk to you about, just us two. In 5 minutes, come see me in my room. Check the nameplates to make sure you don't get the wrong room. Okay?
She specifically tells the reader to check the nameplate. She would only have written that if she knew the nameplates had been switched.
But why would she switch them in the first place?
She wanted someone to come to the room she was in, and also hide the fact that it was Makoto's room.
Yeah, it makes sense.
What?
Inviting someone to your room, but not telling them you'd switched rooms. Why would anyone do that?
That's a good question.
To understand that, we first need to understand what happened after she invited the person into the room. That's where the answer lies.
What happened then was probably whoever she invited over came in and attacked her.
No, he was probably attacked. To be fair.
We figured it out! We know who did it! Whoever she invited over is the culprit!
But we still don't know who it is, you goddamn idiot.
Thank you, Mondo.
Sayaka fought with her killer there in the room, yes? Perhaps the answer to our previous question lies in that initial struggle.
Look how Leon is scared. Scared shitless.
Yes, I think you're right.
Then... we just have to figure out what happened during the fight, right?
Yes.
That reminds me. There was a replica sword at the murder scene. Was that perhaps used during the fight?
Oh yeah. What's the deal with that sword?
Sayaka suggested I should hold on to it. I thought it might come in handy if I had to defend myself.
Yes.
It seems pretty likely that the killer used it to break Sayaka's right wrist.
How the hell could you possibly
thinking
know
about
that's what
this.
broke her wrist?
Thinking about this because it's blunt, isn't it? Reason I know Sayaka's wrist was broken with the fix. Oh, well, yeah, there's also some shit, like some gold sparkle thingy on her hand. You look at her wrist, there's no doubt. Yeah, thanks for spelling it out, Gabe. Sayaka's wrist. Here you go. Sayaka's right wrist has been fractured and her wrist was glittery at the injuries location.
I got it! All you have to do is take a good look at her broken wrist, and it should become pretty clear.
Yeah.
Right there where her wrist is all swollen. There's something glittery there. See?
Yeah.
Is that gold?
Yeah. Okay.
It sure is. Specifically, the gold coating from the replica sword. You barely have to touch that stuff, and it'll stick right to you.
Yep.
And there's some on her wrist because...
I got it! Because she got hit with the sword! Right there on her wrist!
You're so proud of yourself, Taco.
I see.
It's like, I gotta be part of
So
this.
The truth draws ever closer.
Yes.
Alright, then it's about time to solve this mystery.
We don't have all the pieces yet, guys. What happened in my room? What led to Sayaka's death? That's what we need to make clear. There's a bit more to learn about non-stop debates. Would you like to hear more? Absolutely. Are you getting used to these non-stop debates? starting with the next debate, it'll start loading multiple truth bullets into your truth cylinder. Okay. But just like with the weak spots, only one of those bullets can actually refute the proper statement. Okay. In other words, from here on out, you'll have to combine the right truth bullets with the right weak spots to refute each statement. Okay, so we might have to go to listen to it once and then come back. If you come up with the wrong combination, you'll take damage to your influence gauge. You can press the Q key to rotate and choose which bullet to fire. Press and release the Q key to cycle through each bullet. Okay. Or you can just use the mouse wheel. Okay, cool. By the way, if the logic difficulty is set to kind, fewer bullets will be loaded into the cylinder. I think that's me. For our purposes this time, the logic difficulty will be set to mean. What? What? Don't be cruel, game. Oh my gosh. Well then, good luck and have fun. It's crazy. Make your argument. Replica sword sheath, kitchen knife set, and replica sword. Oof. Okay.
When the fighting broke out, the culprit grabbed the sword, and that's when the first blow was dealt. A sword-based sneak attack.
Sword-based sneak.
That's what broke Miss Maizono's wrist.
So she tried to fight back. She grabbed the kitchen knife she had hidden away. But then the culprit took that from her too.
And they killed her with it.
And that's exactly what happened.
If the person with the sword really did attack first, there's no explanation of how a certain part of the sword got damaged.
When the fighting broke out,
Okay, so it's
the culprit grabbed the sword,
calculate.
and that's when the first blow was dealt. A sword-based sneak attack.
That's what broke Miss Maizono's wrist.
So
Okay, wait. Okay, never mind.
she grabbed the kitchen knife she had, but then the culprit took that from her too.
And they killed her with it.
And that's exactly what happened.
Let's go.
The fighting broke out. The culprit grabbed the sword, and that's when the first blow was dealt. A sword-based sneak attack.
Sneak attack.
No,
I think it's the sheath. I don't actually remember seeing the sheath broken, but
actually no. I don't think the fight started with the sword.
no,
Why not?
because it was in its sheath.
Because the sword sheath had been scratched. See? There's a gash in it. Like someone cut into it with something sharp.
I forgot about that.
Something sharp. You mean like the kitchen knife? That was the only sharp thing found at the scene.
Yes, indeed. So Sayaka attacked him, and he hit her with it.
Stop jumping ahead. Slow down and explain it so I get what the hell's going on.
Okay, baby.
If the sword was used first, there wouldn't be any explanation for the scratch on the sheath.
Indeed.
If you were going to attack with the sword, you'd take it out of the sheath first, right?
Unless you use it to block it, but that'd be kind of pointless.
That's true. With the sheath on, it'd be heavy and bulky and useless as shit.
It's heavy and bulky and useless.
Okay, so how did the sheath get damaged?
He probably used it to protect him.
If they got attacked
Himself.
with the kitchen knife, maybe they grabbed the sword as a defensive impulse.
Exactly. Thank you, Kyoko.
In that situation, there wouldn't be any time to actually unsheath the sword.
So you're saying the sword was initially used to defend against an attack from the knife?
Indeed.
Which means whoever had the kitchen knife was the one who attacked first.
Sayaka.
I think I get it. So here's how it all played out. The culprit came in, found the kitchen knife hidden there somewhere.
What?
Then they took the knife and attacked Sayaka before she knew what was happening.
No, you idiot. Ugh. Okay, Okay, Sayaka did look pretty relatively innocent, aside from that part where I thought she was a yandere, but you're... Stop it, a girl can kill too.
So she grabbed the sword to defend herself, but then the culprit took that from her too.
No.
Then, after they broke her wrist with the sword, they took the knife and finished it.
No.
Sorry, but I don't think Sayaka used the sword to defend herself.
No, exactly.
What? How the hell can you not think that?
Let me lay it out for you, boy.
Because she never held the sword at all. There's a certain part of her body that makes this clear.
Her hands. A part of her body that shows she never used a sword. If you wanted to use a sword, which part of... Oops. Her palms.
I got it! You're talking about her palms, right?
Yeah, they were clean. They were clean aside from the blood on her finger.
The palms of her hands were perfectly clean.
Yeah.
So I don't think she ever picked up the sword.
How can you know that just by looking at her palms?
Because the glitter sticks to you like crazy.
Like I said before, the gold coating on that sword comes right off. All you have to do is touch it. In fact, if you look, you'll notice that a lot of the gold has already come off the handle. It's safe to assume that's because whoever used the sword got some of it on their hands.
Yeah.
There's really no way she could have picked it up and come away completely clean.
Guys, show us your hands. Right now, please.
Maybe she washed her hands after she escaped
Nope.
into the bathroom.
Nope, because the water's cut off at night.
Sorry, but I don't think so.
Why do you say that? Is it because you think I'm ugly?
What? Girl, stop it.
No, that's not it at all.
But I do think you're ugly. No, no, she's very pretty. There's no way Sayaka washed the gold coating off her hands because there's a certain regulation that talks about what happens at the bathroom at night. Water was off. She's afraid of water.
I got it!
Yeah, the water's off at
According
night.
to the Monokuma file, Sayaka's time of death was around 1:30 a.m.
Yeah.
In other words, at nighttime. And the water in the bathroom shuts off at nighttime, right?
Oh, I didn't know that. Actually, I haven't taken a shower here yet.
Oh, what? Girl, get... Okay, I know some people need less showering and like washing your hair and stuff. I personally need to do it like every single day. Well, I can skip like washing my hair every other day, but that's gross. You've been there for a few days already, haven't you? It's at least been 3 days. Come on.
Oh my.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you, Hifumi.
You're no different. You smell like a big, fat, ugly donkey.
You really gotta stop being so mean to people. Toko, I like you. I really want to like you too, but you keep insulting my favorite characters.
I'm not sure whether to take that as an insult or a compliment.
Definitely an insult.
An insult, obviously.
So anyway, if Sayaka never touched the sword, then that means the killer is the only one who used the sword.
Yeah.
But hold on. If that's right, then the one who damaged the sheath with the kitchen knife was...
The one who damaged the sheath would have to be the one without the sword. Sayaka.
I got it! Sayaka? She had the kitchen knife?
Yeah, she did.
But we already said that the attack started with...
The person with the knife attacked first, and the sword was used as an impromptu defense.
Yeah.
And the one who attacked first was...
Sayaka?
Yes. Yes.
Now do you understand? She wasn't a blameless victim in this.
Yeah.
No, far from it. It's almost as if she'd been planning to commit a murder of her own.
Exactly. What?
She took the knife from the kitchen, then invited the culprit to the room she was staying in.
Yeah.
And if it's true that she had the kitchen knife and attacked without provocation,
Indeed. These are all the actions of an assailant.
Yep.
Which brings up another point. Makoto, Sayaka was the one who suggested you two switch rooms, correct?
I like that she said Makoto. Makoto. Sayaka was the one. Okay.
The reason she wanted to switch rooms
Was so she could pin it on him?
was so that she could pin the crime on
Yes!
you. That is a possibility, is it not?
It is. It really is.
Sayaka wanted to... on me?
Yep. Because she wanted out. And she doesn't care. Like, she only wants to... Okay, I'm glad I was at least, like, really suspicious of Sayaka. Whew, that makes me feel way better, to be completely honest.
That would also explain why she would switch the nameplates. She wanted to get whoever she had targeted to come to Makoto's room where she was staying.
Yeah.
And by committing the murder there, instead of her room, that would implicate Makoto.
Makoto. She says it in such a French way. I love it. I love it.
But for that to work, the target had to be lured out while still keeping the room swap a secret.
Yes. Look at her. She's so pretty.
If the target knew she had switched rooms, they would have become suspicious right away.
Indeed.
So all that's why she switched the names?
Yeah.
But doesn't that plan seem a little risky? For one thing, even if her plan worked, Mr. Naegi would just tell everyone they'd switched rooms.
I don't know. I'm not sure our soft-hearted Makoto is capable of that kind of cutthroat behavior. I'm sure Sayaka realized the same thing, which is why out of all of us, she asked him to switch rooms.
Yep. Yeah, she was definitely a manipulator. Oh, Makoto. I'm sorry, boy.
Plus, she was the ultimate pop sensation. A totally forgettable kid. Or a national superstar. Who are you more likely to believe?
The one telling the truth? Thank you very much. You...
Wait, then you're saying she had this all planned out?
Yeah.
Holy shit!
Holy shit!
But in the end, her plan backfired.
Yes, indeed.
She launched her attack with the knife, then found herself under attack in turn.
Okay.
That must be when her wrist got broken, and she was forced to drop the knife.
I'm sorry, I just noticed her ears. I don't know why I never noticed before, but they're gorgeous. Oh my gosh. I really want to do a cosplay of Celeste. Okay, back to the game, sorry.
The tables were suddenly turned on her, and she died at the hands of the one she'd planned to murder.
Probably Leon.
Just hold on! That can't be true!
Makoto, are you... Take off those rose-colored glasses. Seriously?
Because...
Hey! You guys have totally derailed the argument. You're being super boring right now. Come on, hurry up and decide who did it.
Indeed.
Wouldn't it be awful if I had to punish you all just because you ran out of time?
Ooh, that'd be really awful.
Oh yeah, we gotta decide who we think did it.
It's definitely Leon.
Makoto, right now you just need to concentrate on figuring out the answer to this mystery. If we can't uncover who murdered Sayaka, it's over for all of us.
Is it really all over? Obviously, I'm committed to finding out who killed her, but what can I do? I mean, as far as clues go, there's nothing... There's a lot of stuff left. Makoto, don't give up. You're a smart boy. You'll figure it out. It's definitely Leon, though. He's the only one who could have thrown that crystal ball like 30 feet. Okay, dying message. Skills all play on.
It's easy just to say, hey, decide who did it. But there just aren't any more clues, right?
Very well.
Oops.
Then let's review all the clues we've found up to this point one more time.
No.
Shoot.
That's not what I wanted to do! Fool!
It's easy just to say, hey, decide who did it.
Go.
But there just aren't any more clues, right?
No, it's wrong!
You're wrong! You're wrong! Okay. Sorry, I goofed.
There still might be one clue left. Sayaka's dying message.
Yes.
Dining. Wait, what did you say?
Dining? Dining message. Yeah, she really wanted to get some pasta.
The dying message. She wrote something on the wall behind her, remember? 11037. Written in her own blood. There must be a clue about the killer hidden in there.
Well, before we get too far into that, I need to ask, can we really be sure that Sayaka is the one who wrote it?
That's a really good point. There's no question that Sayaka wrote that message, and I can prove it. I mean, they could have... Oh. Was it the left index finger? I think it was. Yeah, it definitely was. Because her right wrist was broken. What about the fatal wound?
I got it!
But it's definitely like,
index finger
yeah,
had blood on it.
had blood on it, but it was the blood from her fatal wound.
That could only be because she used that finger to write the message.
Yeah.
I see. She broke her right wrist during the fight, so she'd have to use her left hand to write.
Yeah.
Sure. I think we can all agree Sayaka wrote it. But still, what the heck do those numbers mean? 11037?
Listen, I might be a nerd, but like, I think this is really obvious. Am I stupid? Am I don't know.
Hey, Chihiro. You're a computer nerd or whatever, right? You should know all about numbers and shit.
No, that's not... Yes, I'm a programmer, but I don't see any kind of meaning in these numbers.
Leap.
Of course. It's because they're not numbers.
Oh, yeah, it looks like...
Huh? What?
It looks like a name.
No, it's just... look at the numbers, assuming they're not numbers. Don't these first two, 1-1, look less like two numbers and more like one letter?
What?
Ah, you're right. The connecting line is barely there, so I assumed it was 1-1, but...
Yeah.
Looking at it now, you could also read it as an N.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Freaking finally,
Just
oh my
said
god.
something worth a shit.
What? Okay. Sir? Corn on the cob head? Don't be mean to Chihiro, okay? She's a sweet bean and needs to be protected.
Our little gray cells are really getting excited now.
But even if that really is an N037, doesn't make any more sense than before.
Because it's Leon upside down. Damn it, it's no use. I just don't... Why?
Rotate the image 180 degrees.
Thank you. Thank you. Oh my god. Huh? Rotated? Hey, I think maybe I see something.
Oh my god. Now I see. She wrote down the killer's name.
Huh? You just shot past the clue part and right onto who did it. So, whose name did she write?
Game, it's not hard. Okay, Sayaka's dying message reveals the real killer's name. If you turn her message 180 degrees, it should become crystal clear. Select someone. Wait. What's up, motherfucker?
Here's my answer.
It's Leon.
The key to solving this mystery was simply to rotate the writing 180 degrees.
Don't say that like you thought about it. It was Okyoko. You idiot. He's... Oh my god. Oh.
If you turn the message around,
big brain moment.
It becomes the letters L-E-O-N.
Yeah.
L-E-O-N. Or more accurately, Leon.
What the hell are you talking about? It's just a coincidence.
This music really reminds me of Jet Set Radio for some reason.
It's just a bunch
like
of
it.
random squiggles that happen to look like my name.
Yeah, that face is definitely not guilty.
No, it's not random at all. She wrote that message on the wall behind her as she was leaning up against it. In that position, she couldn't move to write normally, and had to write upside down, as it were. And as a result, when you look at it standing in front of her, it ends up getting flipped.
Yeah.
Try it for yourself if you want. Write something sitting like her, and the letters will be inverted.
Yep.
That sounds like one hell of a stretch to me.
No.
I'm the killer? You can't just go and say shit like that.
Okay, let's just throw you, like, dig your grave even further.
If you're not the
Even
killer,
deeper.
then why did you try to destroy the evidence?
Huh?
You know what I'm talking about, right, Makoto? The evidence Leon tried to get rid of?
Yes, it's his shirt. The evidence that Leon tried to get rid of. It's that thing I found on the ground in front of the incinerator, right? Indeed! It's a shirt. Okay, we're almost done. Burnt shirt piece. Yeah. There you go. I got it.
You mean the burnt shirt piece I found laying on the ground by the incinerator, right?
Yeah,
As the killers stabbed Sayaka, they must have gotten some of her blood on them.
exactly. That's really incriminating. Can't really get rid of that.
And to dispose of the shirt covered in the victim's blood, they threw it into the incinerator.
But one piece burned off and got left behind.
Yep, because it was kind of like hanging off the edge of the incinerator. So it didn't all burn.
And the killer didn't notice. If they had, they most certainly would have panicked.
I mean, it was really far away.
Isn't that right, Leon?
Yes, boy.
But is one scrap of fabric enough to conclude that Leon is guilty?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Leon's not the only one wearing a white button-up.
That's right. There are plenty of other people here with shirts like mine.
Who?
With just that one little charred piece, there's no way you can say for sure who it belongs to.
You're right. That alone isn't enough. But there are some other points that may reveal the truth.
Yes.
Are you finally starting to understand?
Yes.
The answers to all the riddles are right here.
I've had it from the start, girl.
Yeah, I think so.
Makoto's just really slow. The burnt remains of the button-up shirt, which the killer wasn't able to get rid of. There's something about it There's something about it... Oh my god, sorry. We need to pay attention to in order to figure out who's responsible. When it was disposed of. Where it was disposed of. How it was disposed of. There's something about it we need to pay attention. Okay. Where? Wait. Where the shirt was destroyed. If we focus on that, the killer will become clear. How the fuck's that supposed to make it? Okay, yeah. Looks like I just embarrassed myself in front of everyone. Sorry. My bad. Okay, so when it was disposed of? Sorry, I got... What do you mean? Okay. Ah! I'm an idiot! I'm so sorry! I'm like half paying attention sometimes. Ow.
If you look closely at how the shirt was disposed of, we should be able to figure out who the killer is.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. I think I know what you're gonna say.
All of these could have led to the same thing, if I'm being honest, but it's okay. I'm just a doof, I guess. As I'm also like, I'm reading the text, I'm listening, but I'm just like, I'm a little bit. I'm thinking about a bunch of stuff at the same time these days, so I'm sorry if I make stupid mistakes like this. I'm very sorry. My mind's super scattered. Okay.
You can't reach the incinerator without opening the gate in front of the trash room, right?
Yep.
And obviously, you wouldn't be able to hit the switch to turn it on either. You'd need the key to get in, and the one with the key was the person on cleaning duty.
Yep.
So the killer had to be whoever was in charge of taking care of the trash, right?
Interesting.
Fumi's like, this is my time to shine, motherfuckers. Never mind. No, that's wrong. There was another way to use the incinerator without being the one on cleaning duty. That's exactly what proves that Leon is the real killer. Yes, the crystal ball. Thank you, Arky. Shattered crystal ball. Byakuya's like, get me out of here. Jesus
The
Christ.
key to the trash room. Whoever was on cleaning duty must have had it, right?
So the only one who could get to the incinerator was the person in charge of the trash?
And you'd have to get close to the incinerator in order to destroy the evidence.
Boom, crystal ball.
No, that's wrong.
Boom, Leon. You're a baseball star.
Hold
You
on.
could have.
I think I know how someone could dispose of the evidence without using the trash room key.
But if you can't get past the gate, you couldn't possibly turn on the incinerator, could you?
Yes, you could.
Yes, you could. If you used this.
What is it, some kind of glass ball? It's busted to hell.
God, I really love Mondo's voice. I'm sorry, but every time he comes up, I'm just like, yes, Mondo.
Actually, it was supposed to be a crystal ball, but
Also Hiro. They're both my boys.
But how would you use it?
Taylor had to use a glass ball in a certain way, which was definitely divine with it?
I got it!
There you go.
The killer simply took aim at the incinerator switch and threw the ball through a gap in the gate.
Yeah.
All they had to do was hit that switch, and the incinerator would come to life.
He's 30 feet away, but he's a baseball star, so.
Someone threw that through a gap in the gate?
What the hell kind of madman?
Remember what you said before, Hifumi?
Huh? Someone turned the incinerator on. They're strange. I'm quite certain it was off last time I was down here. Perhaps it was the work of a fairy.
Hifumi had the key.
Yeah.
So the only way the incinerator could have been turned on without his knowledge was because the killer was able to hit the switch without opening the gate.
Yes.
Once they'd gotten the incinerator going, all they had to do was ball up the shirt and toss it in.
Hey, come on! What the hell is this?
All you have to do is look at the scene to know that the killer never actually went inside the trash room. The shards of broken glass, the incinerator left running, the piece of shirt that escaped the fire.
Yeah,
If the
it all
killer
makes
had
sense.
been on cleaning duty, the evidence would have been taken care of much more thoroughly.
Wait, no, just hold on.
Sorry, Leon.
But the distance from the gate to the incinerator has to be at least 30 feet, right? The pinpoint accuracy you'd need to throw a glass ball that far and hit something that small.
He's a baseball star.
Could someone really do that?
That's right. There's no way. It'd be impossible.
You're
Difficult, absolutely. Impossible? I don't think so. Because the killer is...
Wouldn't have been much of a challenge at all for the killer because ultimate fanfic creator, baseball star.
I got it! Because the killer is the ultimate baseball star. Isn't that right, Leon?
Leon?
Do you have any idea how stupid you sound right now?
No. Stop it.
A target 30 feet away would surely be little challenge for the ultimate baseball star.
Indeed. Look at her eyes. They're so scary.
You can't be serious. I'm not the killer!
Oh boy.
These goddamn shipper brains have got it all wrong, I'm telling you!
You still won't admit it? Okay then. Makoto, go ahead and review the incident one more time to make his crime perfectly clear. And
Okay.
with that, we can end this.
Song sounds so familiar. I feel like I've heard it before. But it's nice. I like it.
Listen to me! What the hell do you mean, end this?
Ooh, you're so dead.
Say what you want, Leon, but all the questions have been answered, and the truth has been revealed. Now here's what happened.
Okay, the closing argument is about to begin. Would you like to hear more? You know, I kind of feel bad for Leon. I was really mean towards him, but turns out he's not that bad. He's just like, he's probably used it as, probably killed her as self-defense, and then he was like, oh fuck. Well, I'm the first one to have killed someone. That sucks. That really bites. He just wanted to be a singer.